Hello, this is series number 2 of questions and answers about beeswax pouring and cleansing. Few of you asked me a few times a little bit more details about the beeswax, how this works. You are curious about different things regarding the beeswax, regarding the cast, regarding the cleansing itself. So I have drafted most of the questions that they came recently and I'm ready to answer. However, before to start, I wanted to show you a few of the last casts that I got myself. So those casts they are from my own cleansing. This is one of them. You can see a part of it, how the shape look like. This is the other one. You can see that the color even is different. So we have this significance here, different areas, and this edge here. And one of the other last ones is this one. This is, you can see, is a little bit more rounded, less disturbance, but still a little bit more on this side, which needs to clear up. So one of the questions that they came was, how do you know if the beeswax is working? Usually you feel more lighter, you feel less pressured, you feel brightness and lightness in your chest, in your heart, in your thoughts, in your head. Your sleep will become better if you struggle before with the sleep. You may see different things that they unfold in life that you didn't expect it. This could be a situation that you try to find for a long time solution, or this could be a relationship that you struggle with for a while, or a thoughts or emotions that you want to overcome, or could be a fear or dramatic event that years ago has happened and you suffer the consequences of the event. Could be similar to PTSD or stress or anxiety. And you may experience after the cleansing that these emotions they're not so strong anymore, and you may feel free of this burden of the past trauma. The other question is related to, what if I'm anxious about the beeswax? I would say do it anyway. Nothing to be anxious about, but if you are anxious, if you don't know what to expect, if you don't know how you feel, you can ask questions, you can be present during the beeswax cleansing ritual, or you may decide not to be present. I work online, so this makes such a difference for people that they cannot attend in person. And also it's very easy if you want to stay in the comfort of your home and just to attend with a video call. This is also opportunity. I give option, depends what you feel comfortable and what you want. Usually I'm sending the clients, if they're not present on the video call, I'm sending them the cast, like pictures of the casts, and also my interpretation of it and what this means for them. So if you're anxious, you can decide to ask a little bit more questions that they may feel you they may make you feel a little bit more calmer, or maybe you decide not to be present in the video call, or just to have the reading after and the whole interpretation of the ritual. The other question is, what means when the cast is disturbed? Or I showed the picture of one of them with these different shapes. If what mean if the cast is very chaotic? I would say depends on the person, depends on the situation. One side could be because the cleansing started, the cast and the beeswax is taking the information about the person energetic field, about the person chakras, about the person circumstances. And what is happening is showing on the cast all these emotions, all these thoughts. For example, could be the cast like a shape with a big hole inside. What this will mean that the person, for example, has experienced could be significant event or trauma or fear, or even they had a conversation or argument with someone recently. Of course, this will show on the cast like that. But if they have experienced different old traumas, this will show also on the cast. Sometimes I have clients that they're not present, and when I do the pouring, sometimes I can see the whole process how is laying cast by cast by cast. And I'll give you an example from my last session with a client. The moment that I was doing the last cast, the cast came very chaotic and completely different from the previous two casts, which they were more collected with less disturbance. And I texted her because she was not on the video call, and I asked, what you're doing in this moment? And she said, oh, I was just chatting with a friend and we discussing this and that. We got some issues that we have to sort. And actually, exactly in this moment, the cast caught this exact situation when where her energy was completely everywhere. She was not collected, she was not focused, she was not calm, she was all over the place. And this shows on the cast. The other example I can give you is when I was doing my cleansing, and in the last cast, my partner came home and he came from work tired, definitely went in the cast. The cast show that there is some other energy presence in the room in the same time that is not my one. It's very interesting when sometimes when I pour the bivax for people, they actually in this moment in time they do something, or they have just experienced some significance. For example, they argue with someone and it shows on the cast, or if they decided, okay, let me do a little bit of my work on the computer, and they were doing these things on the computer in the same time, and the cast shows disturbance because they haven't been like quietly sitting and waiting for the cleansing to pass. They decided to be very engaged with something that make the imprint on the cast. The biwax is very intelligent element. I can promise you. You'll be surprised how the biwax extracting all the information from your field, from what is your energy holding, the not visible and visible part, and is showing in the cast, and is brilliant way of diagnostic, brilliant way of removing the negativity. The other question is, how often should I repeat the cleansing? Usually one bundle of sessions, which is 3 days, three consecutive sessions, is not enough. I can say that it's better to be repeated in a time, maybe month, a couple of months again, to make the cleansing more deeper, to relieve emotions, to make a relief of emotions, and also to make a better impact on your reality, on your relationship, on your career, on your health, on yourself itself. You need a little bit more. And I would say it's good to repeat the bivax in a time. For example, it's important to know that if I pour for someone and the last cast comes chaotic and is not compact, I'm not going to stop. I probably, excuse me, I'll do few more casts, few more pourings to get to a little bit more compact cast so I can leave the customer in the better state. Um, and this is one of the reasons why the beeswax is a little bit more long as a treatment, is a little bit more heavy for the person who does it, because you cannot predict how many pourings you have to do per one day. The minimum is 3, but sometimes we end up making 5, 7, 9, even 11 pourings if the resources of the person who does it actually allow that to happen. The next question is, can I combine with other methods of healing or cleansing? Yes, definitely you can combine. It's really good to combine with ancestors cleaning, family cleansing, inner child cleaning, and healing of the inner child too. There is a lot of methods that you can combine. My experience, I can say I would love to do beeswax together with ancestors cleansing and inner child work. It makes the combination very strong, very powerful, and makes such a big impact in the personal journey and the life and the quality of life to of the person. The next question is, what if I don't feel anything during the ritual? This is normal. You may feel something, you may not feel something, but not feeling anything doesn't mean that the energy doesn't work. The energy works anyway. Sometimes we feel it, sometimes not. Once, if you have a very heavy energy around you, and you want to cleanse that, and we started to work, you may feel this lightness. You can feel the removal of the bad energy very quickly with different signs. But you may not feel anything, but you can see and witness in the next couple of days, in the next month even, the benefits of the ritual. Because the beeswax, even though it's done 3 days as per minimum bundle, is continue to work, and you can see changes in your life in a month time even. You can count your blessings in a time after the ritual, and it's beautiful, it's powerful, it's beautiful, and it's very strong and nice ritual. The next question is, what is the best time of the day to do the ritual? I would say anytime when the person that does it has the capacity and has the resources to do it properly is the best time. Could be in the morning, could be afternoon, could be evening. Because I'm working full time, most of the days when I have to work doing the ritual is they come in the evening time. As soon as I'm not overtired, I would say yes, it's not a problem. I can do the ritual and move forward. So there is no any significance of the day, of the time, and the time. The next question is, how do you decide which tool you use for the ritual? So what this mean? I don't know if you have watched the previous series in which I'm explaining that the beeswax pouring is done through different types. So the pure pouring, I do the melted beeswax, pour into the water with no any tools, just in the bowl. So the beeswax goes in the water directly from the pot, goes in the water. And this is how I do the diagnostic cast, and this is how I do the general cleansing for people. Sometimes depends what is going to unfold in the diagnostic, I would say, and based on my initial conversation with the customer, I can decide, do I have to use the pouring through the knife or pouring through a key? What is the difference? The key is something that we lock and unlock. So if the person wants to improve prosperity, good luck, opening the career paths, opening relationship paths, and stuff like that, or if they want to lock what they have already in terms of, okay, everything is fine in my life, I want to lock my good luck around me, I want to lock this prosperity with me, I'll be using a key to make the pouring through a key. If the person experiences bad luck, uh, problems with relationships, curses, very heavy energy, if they have addictions, if they suffer of, there is no base under their feet, the whole life for them feels really out of control, then probably I'll be doing the pouring through a knife. So we can cut the negativity, we can cut the negative connections with people, places, we can cut attachments to the entity, curses, connections, and spellings and stuff like that. It's very good and powerful way of removing the negativity, pouring through the knife. Those are the three ways I'm using, and the decision which one I'm going to use with the specific person again is based on the personal circumstances and what we want to achieve. Normally, when the person comes, they say, uh, "I I feel this way, this way, this way," and there is a significance in what they are telling and what they want to achieve, what they want to improve, what they want to remove. I already have half of the answers before the diagnostic cast, and the diagnostic is showing which directions all these problems they come from, because they may come from the person itself, they may come from people around them, or they may come from ancestors, karma, family, heavy karmic lessons, or they have to pay something to someone as a karmic burden. So those are the things that normally I take into account when I choose which tool I'm going to use in the beeswax. The other question is, what is one of your recent success stories with a client? Unfortunately, I cannot unfold and I cannot tell you everything about my work with the clients. There is a massive amount of confidentiality. But one of the last stories I will reshape a little bit, so there will be no names or anything. The person came with mental health issues, with some physical issues, because the mental health went, and the personal emotions and life circumstances, they have repeated few times in the wrong way, and this impacted not just the mental health but the physical health of the person. And there was significance in the personal situation about this client. They suffer with a lot of personal loss based on the relationship problems, and there was a lot of ancestors influence also that came on the cast. After the 3 evenings cleansing, the client, even after the first day, they say, I feel more lighter, I can breathe now, I feel so light, and it's like the whole heaviness disappeared from my chest. On the last evening after the cast, we spoke a little bit. On the next day, I got the feedback that they have made such a massive change related to the mental health. They were more calmer, they were more balanced, they felt not just the lightness that they sense at the beginning, but they got a lot of answers within them, the answers that they were seeking for so long. This has been given to them after, as a result of the cleansing, because all of us, we have this gift to have answers. And what is happening through the life, often we cannot hear our inner voice, we cannot see our inner worthness, our inner light, and our inner love. And we don't think that is enough to have only this part of us. We always seek something from outside. And it is important when you have the cleansing done and someone can see themselves in the mirror with new eyes, with new hope, with new belief, and with new sense that they're lovable, they worth it, and they deserve, and that they know that something better is on its way to them. For me, it's very important to give this to the clients. It's very important to help them to see this inner light. And it's not a like only similarity in what I have chosen to make the name I'm working under, Inner Light Healing, because it's part of it. And the methods I'm using, again, you know that I use beeswax cleansing ritual, I use Reiki, I use Theta healing, regression, inner child healing, a lot of different techniques that I combine in my work. And the last question is, what is happening when you finish your work with a client? Do you provide any additional support? What they can expect? Yes, I do provide additional support. I do provide support between the sessions. I do advise. You get free advices, free tips and support. You can follow me on the social media. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel or to check my website. There is a lot of information, and I'm trying to provide as many tips possible so people can benefit. And what I do, I'm trying to see the uniqueness in you when I work with you. I'm trying to see what is exactly important for you so I can give you exactly the support that you need in this moment in time. Because the whole life we go through different stages and we have different readiness, what we can take as a support and what we cannot take. It's very important to see the difference and to acknowledge that every moment in the time is unique, and you are unique in every single moment. But every moment also is giving you different opportunities that if you have support, you can make them working for you. And this is my aim, to help as many people possible. So if you like this video, if you got your answers answered in, if you want, if you wanted the questions to be answered in this video, I would say subscribe, like, and share. I'm looking forward to see you in the journey of healing and new beginning. for you. Thank you.